So if you have not experienced sleep paralysis, or you don't even know what that is, consider yourself very lucky, and I hate you. Okay, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Morning Breath. Today I want to talk about sleep paralysis. I've been having episodes of sleep paralysis since I was a teenager. If you don't already know, sleep paralysis is something that happens to you when you're waking up or dozing off, and it's like your mind is aware of its surroundings but your body cannot move, and that's the scariest feeling ever. I want to say that the last time I experienced it was honestly a few days ago. I was waking up out of my sleep and like I automatically knew what was happening because it's so familiar to me at this point. And it felt like, I don't know what it really looked like, but it felt like my eyes were wide open. And I just couldn't move, you know? So I could see around my room. Everything was in its rightful place. I'm so sorry if you guys hear noise outside. I'm right by the window. But yeah, so I'm looking around my room. Everything is in the right place. Everything is in the same way I left it when I fell asleep the night before, and I'm just stuck, you know. But what scared me, and what always scares me, is that I instantly start to feel fear that something is watching me, you know. And when I was younger and I would get this stuff, it would always feel like there's some type of presence. Even now, there's some type of presence there, and I guess the fear makes me feel like it's automatically something like evil and scary. Once that fear sets in, I know the panic starts, you know. So I start to like wiggle my toes, try to wiggle my toes and my hands, or like try to speak or even scream sometimes, but literally nothing comes out. and then it's like an instant struggle because I'm trying to wake myself up, but my body won't move, you know. You know what honestly pissed me off with the whole thing was the fact that I woke up on my back. Now, if you suffer from this stuff, you already know that the first rule is to not sleep on your back, you know. So I purposely avoid sleeping on my back for that same reason. I choose not to sleep on my back. But to be honest, in my case, it really doesn't even matter what position I sleep in. I get it when I'm laying on my side, my stomach. Yeah, I can't avoid it. I'm screaming, and it's not coming out. And I'm saying, Jesus help me, God please help me, all this stuff, right? And it's not working. So then I start to panic more. I'm just like, Kathy, you gonna wake up, girl. So I keep saying that, and I like find strength to say it one more time, and then I felt myself like feel released from that hold, you know. It's such a scary and unsettling feeling because I don't know why it happens. And of course, you know, scientists and doctors, they always gonna say, oh, when your body is in a REM sleep, you know, and your brain wakes up before your body does, it just disturbs it, and it's like a little glitch. But putting science to the side, look, I believe in all that, like different entities and stuff like that, and I just don't like to play around with stuff like that. So when this stuff happens, I instantly get like so scared. And it's funny because I love little like horror movies, but that's as far as that goes. Like I don't like to play around with it like in real life, you know. So because that stuff scares me so much, I just get so mad. I say, what is going on? You know, like I go to church and I'm a good person. I know I'm not the one that suffers from it, but sometimes I just be like, oh my gosh, like stop happening to me. It's so creepy. And what's scary about the whole thing is that it always kind of feels like whatever that presence is trying to make me go back to sleep, you know. And I'm so determined to not go to sleep. Like once I'm up and I'm aware that it's happening to me, oh no, you're not pulling me nowhere. Like I start to fight it because I don't want to fall back asleep, because I'm always thinking like, what if I just succumb to everything? I'm just be like, okay, what if I just like, next time this happens to me, I just don't try to fight, I just let it happen and stuff. What happens? What's gonna happen? I don't care enough to find out, so I'm gonna always try to wiggle my feet and get myself out of it. If you saw in my last episode of Morning Breath, I sped past me doing eyeliner and lashes. I'm gonna do that again, and in the meantime I'm gonna pop up things in this corner, so if you haven't seen, you can click on it, but don't click on it till you watch the rest of this one. It feels like sometimes when it happens to me, it feels like something is trying to drag me back to sleep, and I'm trying to fight sleep. So imagine like you're in class and you're like nodding off and you're trying to be like, no, I gotta get up, I gotta get up, I gotta get up. Shake it up, shake it off, shake it off, right? And then your head is like a little heavy brick and you're so tired, like that dragging me, like your sleep about to take you, but you're paralyzed, you know? So it's like you don't really want to let your body fall asleep when you can't move, you know? So that's why it makes it like even more scary. And I just don't like that feeling, you know? But you know what really irks me is when it happens when I fall asleep around people. Like I could be taking a nap right next to you and you not even know that I'm going through it. That's what makes me mad, because I'll wake up mad at the person or the people around me for not paying attention to me, but then realize I can't get mad at them because it's happening to me and they just, it's not coming across that way, you know? Do you know how many times I fell asleep around people? Like I just dozed off taking a nap or whatever, and it's happened to me and they're like right around me. Like recently, I remember I was watching TV with my sister and my boyfriend, and then I'm the one that's sitting on the couch. They're like sitting up and sitting on the floor or whatever, and I dozed off. So it was happening to me. I was waking up and I could see, it's crazy because you're aware of what's around you, you know? Like I could see what they're watching on TV. I can hear their conversation, but I can't move. I know I'm in that state again, and I'm calling them, and I'm calling in there and I'm screaming at them and stuff, and I start to move my feet, same little routine or whatever, and I'm screaming, right? So it's the creepiest feeling when you know you scream at the top of your lungs and it feels like you are, because you feel like you're screaming like that. Like if you scream right now, you feel that, you know, you feel it happening. So it's happening in your sleep, but nothing is coming out. You know how creepy that is? Trying to make some type of contact with them and they just not noticing, like nothing. They're not noticing anything. So anyway, when I'm finally able to break out of that little vice grip that thing had on me, I like instantly get mad at them. I said, y'all just gonna leave me for dead back here? Like y'all didn't even check, y'all didn't turn around and check and see if I'm okay or nothing. You know what my sister said to me? She gonna say, we heard a little grunt, like a grunting noise you was making, but it wasn't that serious. If she knew the battle I was fighting, so I could have kicked her in her neck. I was so mad. I was so freaking mad. So just the fact that my sister heard me make some type of grunt, I know I had some type of like reaction in real time, but I guess it's not as drastic as it is in my head when it's happening to me. It's just scary because it's like you're suffering in silence and you could be around a whole bunch of people and they don't even notice, you know? Crazy, because when I think because I know what that's like, whenever somebody's sleeping around me and they make the slightest move or noise, I'm gonna assume y'all like that person is going through it or they're just having a nightmare and I just wake you up, because nobody wants to get stuck in a nightmare, you know? But that nightmares are worse. Could you imagine like if you're having a nightmare and then you wake up and then you're stuck in that sleep paralysis? Oh my, it's too much. Oh my god. I remember a time where I was going through it for like a week straight when I was like years ago. Every time I took a nap I was like, okay, check on me, make sure you check on me. I just don't like any of that stuff. And on top of that, I grew up in a West Indian household. Like any little sign and stuff like that would be like, it's duppy or it's obia or something like that, you know? So that's why I don't like all that stuff. I'm just like, I love when my mom like cleanses the house. Like she'll go around saying prayers and wiping down the walls, burning like, you know, like incense and all those type of things. And it's not like the ones you buy from. So like it's some, that's what I'm saying. I gotta learn all that stuff. It just makes me feel extra protected, you know? Like I feel like I've had some weird experiences in general. Like and I'm not sure if this is sleep paralysis because this is just weird, but I remember a moment when I was living at a previous apartment. It was way different than what I was used to feeling. I remember I was taking a nap. I can't remember if I was waking up or dozing off, but it was one of the two. And I remember I was laying on my bed. I started to feel myself float. This is so weird to describe it now that I'm thinking about it, because I could feel my body on the bed, but then I could feel myself floating upwards. And I feel like the only reason why I didn't get too deep with that is because my sister walked in the room and then I woke up. And my eyes was open. That's what I'm saying. That's what it's confusing to me, because I know that feeling of being awake when the sleep paralysis is happening to you, but I never felt like I was floating out of my bed, you know. So it was that. All right, look at this other one. Hey, let me remove. Did not mean to rip that off like that. All right. Okay, ended up looking decent, you guys. Thanks for watching this video. I feel like this one was a little all over the place, but isn't that how regular conversation goes? I guess. I don't wanna. Yeah, you guys, let me know how you avoid it. If you haven't experienced it, you're very lucky. I've read so many people's stories about how they go through it, and some people say that theirs is painful, that they're in excruciating pain when it happens. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, that is so scary. I don't know, I guess I should kind of consider myself still lucky. This is inside out, and I didn't even realize this whole time it was. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you feel like it. If you don't press the button. I'll see you guys in my next video.